Mexico has many regions. The regions maintain real distinctive instrumentation, styles of music, languages. The kind that we brought with us on this trip were mainly from the son jarocho from southern Veracruz, where we have a little guitar that I played called the guitarra de son, and the other instrument the ladies are playing are called jarana. It's a strum instrument.
What's interesting about what we do is we're looking deeper into each of the styles that we do, discovering rhythms that may not be so popular.
The collaboration that we experienced today was one that was definitely unrehearsed. I mean, the guitar player just started playing and everybody just sort of fell in. He was like the water in the pot. Next thing you know, the onion was in the pot and the garlic. And the seasoning, and somebody threw some meat, you know, I mean, it was like a big pot of soup. And when it all finished, I mean, it was just, everything was just interwoven, and it became music. Unrehearsed. Didn't even talk about it.
But what we do with our kids is when they're young, most of the kids, they'll start dancing, the rhythmic dancing, the percussive dancing. And that develops a real good sense of rhythm. And so they translate that rhythm into percussion instruments pretty well. So they end up, it becomes a really good foundation.
I had never seen I got my first tambourine lesson today.
Yeah, show him the tambourine. Tell him about it.
It's really cool.
This is goat skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was 10 years old, and she took her thumb and made the skin on that tambourine vibrate some kind of way. I think all the guys in the band tried it, we just couldn't do it.
She probably been doing it since she was 6, you know. Yeah. That's great, man. I love that. That's culture, you know?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Now you said you would love me till the day I die. About 7 years later, you don't want me no more. Now it's early in the morning. Early in the morning.
I think it's important for people to connect to each other. And tradition is one way to do it, and that's the way that I found meaningful to me. When I think of my own childhood, the times that I found most unity were those moments when my family members were playing music together.
They have such a family vibe. It feels like a cultural music still. You know, it hasn't been put into a museum.
There's a kind of a popular misconception that New Orleans is a kind of a black-white city, when in fact there's even more. It's that and much more. And I think that for us as Mexican Americans, for me as a Mexican American, when we're so kind of isolated so often, politically and socially, that it's important that we can all recognize our connections and not ignore them. With folks like today and other people we've met on this trip, there's just a nice exchange of energy. You give what you got, I give what I got. And then that back and forth creates an energy that kind of uplifts you and makes life a little bit more fun.
A todo el mundo que tú eres mi tesoro, que tú eres mi tesoro, que tú